Good evening, everyone. We begin tonight with the escalating violence and chaos across Iraq. And even though al-Qaeda militants have taken over cities and are closing in on oil refineries thousands of miles from Wall Street, the impact here in the U.S. is clear. Stocks have been plunging and the price of oil surging. As more regions of Iraq fall into the hands of insurgents, there are calls for the U.S. to intervene in the crisis on fears that the uprising could spread beyond Iraq's borders. 3 years after American troops have pulled out of Iraq, government officials in Baghdad are now asking the U.S. for assistance in containing the rebels. But President Obama has made no commitments and says he's looking at all options.
I don't rule out anything because we do have a stake in making sure that these jihadists are not getting a permanent foothold in either Iraq or Syria.
Meanwhile, the violence is heightening worries about the supply of oil and a spike in energy prices. Let's look at the closing prices today. Brent oil futures climbed to $113 a barrel today. The cost of West Texas crude jumped more than $2, hitting the highest price of the year, $106 a barrel. Jackie DeAngelis has more on the outlook for oil and gasoline prices.
The geopolitical situation in Iraq causing volatility in oil prices on both sides of the Atlantic. This as prices have remained relatively high for the last few weeks. What's interesting, however, is that gas prices have remained relatively stable recently. The current average for a gallon of regular gasoline is $3.64, according to AAA's fuel gauge report. That's down 2 cents from a week ago and only a penny higher than the same time last year. But this could be the calm before the storm. If geopolitical tensions in Iraq worsen and oil prices climb higher, traders say expect to pay more the next time you fill up.
Over $3 a barrel wholesale for gasoline is going to be the level. We're headed above that level. And the important thing here is that refiners aren't going to have a tremendous amount of excess capacity. So we are going to see some supply constraints in gasoline this summer.
And while no one likes paying more at the pump, analysts have often likened gas prices to taxes. No one likes to pay more, and when they have to, they cut elsewhere.
To say that the average consumer is suffering from high gas prices is probably a little bit of an understatement, and this last 5% move in a week could be a real kick in the pants to them as well.
Adding fuel to the fire, comments from President Obama earlier today that he isn't ruling anything out, leaving the door open for possible U.S. intervention. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Jackie DeAngelis.